should remember him playing Lil Man and White Boy Rick. I think me and Frazier might have went to the screening for that together. I remember that was a fond afternoon. One movie we bring up a lot on this podcast is The Last Black Man in San Francisco. I think for a lot of people, when it comes to critical acclaim in seeing our guest Jonathan Majors, it's been his work in that moving and very, even in a time of a pandemic, that's still a very relevant conversation for a lot of people in a lot of communities. But today, actually, 2020, even before we get into what we're talking about today, this man played Delroy Lindo's son.
Had a hot spring.
In Spike Lee's The Five Bloods, which you should have seen because that was on Netflix and everybody should have took the time out to watch that. But again, the focus of this interview, the reason we have this man on the line is because of Lovecraft Country. Shout out to the reviewer who said when we did one episode about Lovecraft, and they said we make this a Lovecraft Country podcast. So I warned you guys. We had a special guest on the way. Jonathan Majors, one of the stars of Lovecraft Country, which again, executive produced by Jordan Peele, J.J. Abrams, created by the amazing and talented Misha Green. Jonathan Majors, welcome to the Watch Less podcast.
Peace.
Thank you for coming along.
Yeah. Man.
Do you look back at the last couple of years and be like, damn, I really been on a roll? Like, how do you, what's going through your mind currently?
It looks like you haven't taken a break until now.
Right.
Well, check it out. We start work tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
The film I'm on now, Harder They Fall.
Okay.
Do I look back? Nah, man, I don't. I don't really look back. I just kind of think about what's next. Clean your plate. Put it out there, clean your plate. And keep it moving.
That's what's up. Have you been? Are you the type of guy that's online looking at the reactions? I mean, we're a week removed from the first episode premiering. Have you checked out any of the reviews, any of the comments on the timeline?
Nah, man. I mean, I'm pretty simple, man. I literally was hustling here from the stables. I was just on my horse.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So that's my thing. But no, I don't have any socials or anything like that. So it would take a lot of intention. And I don't have enough. I may have too much ego to say, let me see what's going on. Or no ego. I mean, I don't know, but I don't check.
You can rest easy because judging from the response last week, it's dope and it's going to be a new timeline show for sure.
Right.
That's amazing. I mean, that's really amazing. And it's I'm also in Santa Fe, New Mexico, so you don't see the homies out here.
Right.
So nobody let you know. In New York, you get on the train and like, yo, what up?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, hey, what's up? But here, there's no barometer. So it's kind of cool, but I'm glad people are fucking with it, man. It's it's for us. So if we love it, it's on. So
I think by the time you get back to quote unquote civilization, I think you're going to be getting a lot of looks. I mean, because again, in seeing, we'll talk a little bit about Sunday night's episode. You were in the nude. I mean, it's interesting because we talked to Yaya and we were talking to him about his regiment, to make sure he was working out and everything. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm assuming Jonathan had to hit the heavy bag. He's in there doing the push-ups and everything. Like, was it a crazy workout regimen to make sure you were fit and ready to be in the buff on HBO?
Nah, bro.
That's regular.
It's I played football growing up. I played basketball growing up. I was a boxer.
Right.
I mean, lifting, hey man, that'll do it. So I mean, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't drinking a lot of beer, nothing like that. But for the most part, and also it's like this: once you get the set, it's too late.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
True.
And really, once you got the job, it's too late because we can tell.
Right.
You watch, you go, oh, that's fresh.
Right.
That's new money. Brother. Don't flex. Like it should be no flexing on in the game.
Right.
So we actually had a joke on set where I was like, wait, let me do some push-ups. It's nah. I did jump rope though. That's the thing though. I did while at work, I jump rope the entire time.
Just to keep the because you're doing a lot of running. There's a lot of movement going on in the show.
It's really keep the breath up. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I probably did the opposite. I did a lot of jump roping and ate maybe 12 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches a day.
Yeah.
I literally ate one right like I still have some in my beard. I'm sure. I was like,
but you burning that right off though. That there's no way that's staying on there.
Like that's really the role. You know what I'm saying? The emotionality of it, the physicality of it. I mean, that shit burns calories. You know what I'm saying? Yaya's my man. We were in school together. He was
okay.
Yeah, was a year above me.
Oh, that's what's up.
At
Yale?
Drama, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
From Yale to HBO.
Facts.
Hey, both of us, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Did you have did he talk to you about what you should be preparing for before Lovecraft came out?
No, it's like this, man. I got a 7-year-old daughter, man, and one thing I learned about art, in life, where that's similar is that you can prepare as much as you want to, man.
Right.
When it's go time, it's on. Like you have no idea what's gonna happen, and that's also the blessing of being an artist. Nobody's journey is the same. Like the beautiful work that Yaya was doing in his film, his TV show, it's different from mine simply because of the character and the world we're in. The amount of days we gotta shoot a piece, shit like that. When the hiatus falls, so nah, there was no chatting about it. Really, it's just you just gotta hit each other. If you find another journeyman that's really on that same path, and I would say I don't have many, but I would say Yaya's probably the only one. The only brother that if I'm in the city or whatever, we'll get up and sit and chat. But yeah, I hit him. He got his Emmy nomination. I hit him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. And then he hit me with a photo shot. What do you call those things? A screen grab. Something he had said about me earlier, and I was like, it's my brother. So
that's what's up.
No preparation, just holding the space for each other.
Yeah,
holding the space.
Well, and it's I mean, I guess it tying it into Lovecraft, because I mean, it's kind of like the roots of a lot of what's going on now is based off of what's going on in that show. I mean, when you first talk about what it was about the show that drew you to this role playing Atticus.
Man, so I mean, off top, the sequence, right? When I first got the script, we've all seen, hopefully, well, I know we've all seen the opening, right? The dramatic overture at the beginning of 101.
Yep.
Well, that's the first thing I read. You open the script, you read that, you go, whoa, fuck me, man. It's like, he gonna do this for real? And then you wake up, then Atticus wakes up, and it's what I call dog shit reality. You know what I'm saying? He's really just talking and listening with this with the queen, right? Oh, we just went over a bridge, but farewell, Jim Crow. Big Red and stole Jim Crow. That's the end of it. It's just so simple. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I really liked about it. The fact that Atticus to me was a very simple fella. You know what I'm saying? Very, 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 very complex. But only because he had experienced so many things. It's not the fact that he was trying to be complicated. He wasn't tortured anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that he just had such a pure engine. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, the things he metabolized, he really metabolized, and they really stuck with him. And so at the end of we call it 101, right? At the end of the pilot, at the end of the script, before we get to the house, it's clear to me, okay, he's a war veteran. He's a bibliophile. He's a father. I mean, he's the son of a father. He's a nephew. He's a black man. Y'all heard that new Pharrell Ho song?
Yeah. What do you think of it?
Oh, I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's like I do like it. I mean, I like it a lot.
I like the video more.
I watched the video.
You gotta watch the video. The video is really great.
I will. Yeah, okay, I'll watch it.
The video to me kind of accomplishes what they were going for more than the bars do.
Bet.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Bet. I was listening to it before we got on. Actually, I've been listening to it all this morning. If I'm being honest, I'm like one of those repeat heads. I put it on. I rock with it. But yeah. But to Atticus, he had all those things inside of him. You know what I'm saying? And I thought, well, shit, we've not seen this before. And even where I was in the trajectory of the roles that had come, to me, I always look for the what is the experience, what is the complexity of the role, and you kind of have to dig, and sometimes you have to craft it, but in this case, probably because of Misha Green, you know what I'm saying, who's not going to write some two-dimensional black character,
right.
Black characters. She's not going to do that. Jordan Peele's not going to sign off on that. And it was all there, and so it was a I mean, bro, it's a cornucopia of get it in, it was it was a huge opportunity, you know what I'm saying? The ambition of the man that was built was high, and I really don't want to fuck with something unless the responsibility's up, you know what I mean? Like, unless it's gonna cost me something, I don't really want to engage,
I hear you.
You feel me?
Yeah, no, 100%.
We were talking about the reaction to the pilot last week on Twitter, and I think one of the reasons that it's obviously the show's great and always would have hit no matter when it drops, but I think dropping this summer, it really resonates in a crazy way. So a little bit of an unfortunate way when you look at some of the parallels with what's been going on, all the uprisings and everything.
I love that you said that, man, because that's one of the things you hate hearing. It's like, oh my God, look how relevant your work is. How relevant, it's so prophetic. I was like, nah, dog, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, it would have made sense, and would have made an impact at any point. I think there is something when art meets politics. You know what I'm saying? When art really is for the people. You know what I'm saying? And also, I mean, not to get too, on it, but like by the people, like. I'm just a homie, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I got my education. I wouldn't got that, I did that. But the whole cast, you know what I'm saying? Courtney B. Vance, like, if you talk to Courtney, that's just I mean, he's not down home because he's a Yankee, you know what I'm saying? But, it's just a brother, you know what I'm saying? Michael K. Williams, it's us. Ange Noel is from down home. You can hear that, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a piece, by the people, you know what I'm saying? Johnny Smollett, you know what I'm saying? Like, bringing the heat, so that's why it hits the way it's hitting, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could have made it glossy and all that stuff, but wouldn't nobody fucked with it for real, you know what I'm saying? It would be like, oh, this is a really cool show, let's watch it because we in it, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Let's watch it because we in it. And it seems, it would seem more polemic, you know what I'm saying, than political, than of the people, you know what I'm saying? This is for the proletariat, this is for the working class, all of us, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
But to hit now, you know what I mean? It's like it feels like Harry Belafonte, you know what I'm saying, or Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying, and the tertiary work they were doing in politics, you know what I'm saying, when they were using Ali was literally using his hands, you know what I'm saying, to move his political agenda forward. Harry Belafonte was Sidney Poitier. You know what I'm saying? You can throw in Brother Marlon Brando in that conversation if you want to. You know what I'm saying? For the indigenous people of America. So that's where we're at now, and so, and it's dope. I mean, let's just, it's dope. It's not like it's like, oh my God, what an important piece, this, this, and this. You know what I'm saying? I left Yale a long time ago. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it worked. It's fun. It's for us, and the message we're giving is propping up and pushing forward those who are, on the front lines with these protests, you know what I'm saying? 100%. Those who have an agenda, you know what I'm saying, to make things better, you know what I'm saying? Also, it completely, fucks up the agenda of those who are, attempting to hold up this white patriarchy. You feel me?
Exactly.
And it's dope. That's the most important.
Dope.
That's the most important thing. I think a lot of art sometimes just it gets kind of held up in being important. And, it can come off as a little humorless or a little joyless too. And this has a very fun balance.
Yeah. I doing the junket, I think I might have been talking to Michael K and just mentioning the fun in the show and to see his face light up. So I think people forget it gets hung up in the, he's searching for his father and there's these monsters and it's Jim Crow, but like I'm watching and I'm like, damn, that music selection was dope. Or, I'm picking out because in episode 2, I took the picture, I sent it to Frazier because there's a shot of Atticus by the window with the yellow shirt and the pants. I'm like, oh shit, that's Luke Cage right there. Like, there's so many hidden references in there to both like pop culture and horror that I think for me and like people that we're consuming stuff while also being, aware of what's going on. There's so much candy in there in this show in particular.
That's the cool part about it, man. Like, one of the things I really love is the show's about legacy. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a part of it, you know. And it's not just, again, it's by the people. You know what I'm saying? So we walking around with a legacy. So here we all come, right? Actors from 20. We shot in 2019. You know what I'm saying? The Lion's Share we shot in 2019. From 2019, stepping into a world that's in the 1950s, right? And then you hear music from 2020.
Yep.
2019, you know what I'm saying? Or you hear a song from 1970, right?
Right.
The 60s, Whitey on the Moon, right?
Yep.
That's the dopest moment as far as, a thrust of connectivity that I've really experienced. You know, we're about to see this in episode 2, or people have seen this in episode 2. So it goes like this. You see Atticus, Gil Scott-Heron Atticus Friedman is the ancestor of this brother. You know what I mean? You know, and so you have 3 generations, 3 lines of us moving through this space, right? And it's getting pushed out to my daughter's 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she ain't watching it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is she allowed to watch
it?
What I'm saying?
But I show her clips. Like that's cool. When I get to it, but you know what I mean? Like that. That's beautiful. That's art. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just banging our heads for the fuck of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a connectivity. The drums that we had on the Ivory Coast, on the Gold Coast, are the same drums that we banging down the street. You know what I'm saying? Down home in Texas, up in New York, wherever we may be. You know what I'm saying? It's in us.
Yeah. Unc, man, I felt for Unc, yo.
We got to throw the RIP out to Courtney.
Yeah, I mean,
I felt like it was coming, but I was still surprised.
It was handled very well.
When he made it out of the pilot alive, I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're not gonna, kill a mentor. And then they got to this one, like, damn.
Yeah, man, that was one of the most. That was early on. He shot that, and it was the first day. Because Michael K's not in the first one, right? He's not in the pilot,
right.
So that's the first day you had, a good amount, of the principals. You have Atticus, Letty, Uncle George, and Montrose. It's the first time Montrose was added to the mix. It's literally his first day, I believe. And man, when we shot that. Yeah, talk about bringing in the ancestors. I was actually listening to a song on my iPod called "A Tune for Pop," which is a song my uncle wrote for my grandfather.
Okay. Wait, who's your uncle? Is he an artist, a musician?
Yeah, he's a jazz musician. Charles Anderson. He does Christian jazz.
Okay, that's dope.
Very, very, very cool guy. He is my inspiration for Uncle George.
Okay.
And so I'm listening to that, and Journey is, we're outside, we're walking up and down, we're fighting the light, and I'm coming out hot, Alex is coming out hot because he just ran out, And we sitting there, man, we get to walk up, and as the scene plays out, it's a procession, you know what I'm saying, as Letty and Atticus begin to walk towards essentially the hearse. And it's in that moment you realize, I realized that how much Atticus was attempting to protect everybody. It's the first time it all dropped in. You know what I'm saying? And it's the first time we see our hero fail.
Yeah.
And he fails at a mission he didn't even know he was trying to uphold.
Right.
Right. And the final line that said in that episode is, "I'm sorry, Uncle George."
Going back to the Jim Crow stuff we were talking about, what is it like to live in that? Because, us being 3 black men, we know all about that. We even heard some firsthand experiences from that era, I'm sure. But watching the show, it kind of strikes me almost as like, in a way, Mad Men is, where it's like, it doesn't just feel like a period piece. You're like fully immersed in it. Right. And it can still be crazy to see some things like the segregated stops, like the white people at the gas station, all that stuff. Even knowing that it happened, it's still crazy to see. So I'm interested to know how it is to live in that era when you're on set.
It's deep, man. I mean, this is a big country, that we live in. And I grew up in a town called Cedar Hill, Texas, outside of Dallas. And then also spent a lot of time in Riesel, Texas, on my grandparents' farm. And the spirit, the ghost of Jim Crow is heavy there, you know, it's very heavy, and so I had that, you know, I had that in my body, you know, and I remembered it, but I you know, North Carolina, New Haven, etc. You know, I kept getting out of it. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So when we hit set, and I mean, we talk about the pilot. You know, that bus breaks down, or the first episode, the bus breaks down, and you know, you're outnumbered. You know, you are outnumbered and outgunned. You know, and the intent is to. It just feels like, I mean, there's criminal intent. Everybody's looking at you with criminal intent. Right. You know, that's what it feels like. It's like, oh man, like the fear factor is no longer there. See, that's the difference, I would say, between the time periods. It's the first time I'm thinking about this. Because when I was growing up, it was tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the South. You know what I'm saying? It's Texas, whatever. You know. But what I didn't experience there, what I had on my side there, which is odd to say, is that they also feared me. You understand? Jim Crow era, there is no fear.
Right. It was reversed, if anything else.
Yeah, they do not fear you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like women aren't clutching their purses; they're daring you.
100%. Right? Yeah.
Because we will. If you don't move off the sidewalk, right? That's the thing. There's a moment where we get out the car and we're walking. This is in one again. We're walking into the diner, and there's white folks walking towards us, right? A pair of white ladies are walking towards us, and we don't move off the curb. That is, I mean, that's some fuckery right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you were supposed to do. That's what was expected. You know what I'm saying? We don't even talk. I mean, we're not even talking about getting pulled over by a police officer. Right. We're talking about literally walking down the street. You can't walk in the street. No. You know what I'm saying? When Letty drops her glasses and looks that white lady right in the eye.
Yep.
You know, that is a hanging offense. I bullshit you not.
No,
hanging offense. Right. You know, I remember, watch this. I remember we were at the we were at the gas station, and we were setting it up, and Uncle George was there. I was there, Letty was there, and it's when the teenagers began to antagonize us, right?
With the monkey,
yeah, that's right. The first time we were doing that, there's a moment where Atticus was to charge the guy, was to walk at him pretty forcefully, and then we get in the car and run off. Uncle George, Courtney Van said, "Oh no. You can't do that.
Right.
We can't do that. If we were to do that, we wouldn't even get to the slow chase scene."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That boy would have called whoever, and we would have been hung up, put out someplace, chopped up someplace on the side of the ditch. You know what I'm saying?
Emmett Till. I mean, that's Emmett Till.
You know what I'm saying? So to live in that, my brothers, you know, because that was the environment. It wasn't just like, oh, racism, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, oh, this is real oppression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the game is fixed and rigged, and they are showing you how it's rigged.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? You skating with one wheel. You feel me?
Right.
It's like someone asked, what was your favorite genre to play in? I said, Lovecraft Country, when it's all said and done, is its own genre.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like what we've done, you know, and hopefully, you know, as it rolls out through October, you know, people will go, I don't know how to categorize it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you just can't put a label on it, which is dope, because as Montgomery Allen said in Last Black Man in San Francisco, people aren't just one thing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we as a culture are not just one monolith. You know what I'm saying? Like we contain multitudes, and on many levels, on the meta level, where Misha Green and his brother Jonathan Kidd and Sonia Winton, these are other writers on the show, literally expanded the genre from themselves. They didn't copy and paste nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They had all these ideas inside of them, you know, and then had the artistry to put a spine through it, you know, and connect it all together. I mean, it's quite phenomenal.
Yeah,
you know, I think.
We watch a lot of TV, and this is like literally one of the first shows in a long time where I cannot predict what's going to happen next week.
Right.
Oh,
right.
My brother. Yeah.
He's laughing like I ain't say nothing yet.
Oh man, no. Well, no, I'm laughing because I had the same experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Thailand when I got no, I was in Vietnam with Spike when I got we were right towards the end when I started getting the scripts. Because I literally went from like I rapped Vietnam. My late grandmother's funeral was literally the day before I got into Atlanta.
Oh wow!
There was just no way of making it, you know.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah.
I appreciate it, you know. I mean, she's with me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Lovecraft season 1 is for Ernestine Anderson.
There you go.
My grandma. That's what I decided, and that's what it. That's what I meant. Everybody didn't show up. You feel me? And in that scene, you know, everyone didn't show up, and I was waiting on Grandma to get there, and she came in and she did her thing. You know, I said if I talk to her, if I use her son's song about her husband, I'm gonna get Grandma. You know.
There you go. And it worked.
Appreciate it. Shit, man. I'm talking about my grandma. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So I was getting those scripts in Vietnam, right? And I was reading them and having the same reaction he was having, bro. Like, oh shit. Then I started texting Misha, being like, "Girl, this is sick." Like I guarantee you, I have one text message from her saying, "Yeah, I know. Period." It's wild as fuck. It's wild as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When I asked her about how hands-on Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams were on the show, she was kind of like, they weren't really hands-on at all. One, because they knew I could handle it. I'm like, yeah, of course you can handle it, Misha Green. I'm not even trying to disrespect, but yeah, it's like,
talk that shit.
That's why I said I respect the hell out of you for even saying it, because a lot of people wouldn't. A lot of them would give them the props because they're the names, but you know, you can tell that the Misha's DNA is all over. You know, the roots of this show, and it's honestly better for it. You need someone like that for a show like this.
I like to take that to the stage. If I'm, you know, I like to take that to the stage. You know,
that'd be dope.
It's for the homies. You know what I'm saying? The expansion of the culture. You know what I'm saying? And the beautiful thing about Black culture is American culture. And the more clear you make that, the more you expand that, the more you expand American culture. And as we know, American culture pushes, you know, global trends and etc. onward. So as an artist, my intention is to make an impact on the most people possible. You know, one of the reasons I feel so humble to be, you know, doing the Lovecraft thing. You know, I'm getting shy all of a sudden, but you feel me?
I'm sure because I know with The Harder They Fall, it's a Jay-Z is a producer on this project, correct?
That definitely made my radar go up.
The conversation you're having, it sounds like a conversation that, you know, you and Hove would probably sit and eat up for a couple of hours. Have you talked to Hove? Like, what's your relationship with him? And if you have a relationship at all, what's that relationship like?
Best thing about
did you go to the gold party yet?
Oh yeah, I was there last year. Yeah.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Well, okay. Nah.
That's NDA.
We'll turn their mics off and everything. We'll talk about it later.
You know what I mean? I would say, as I was moving into just respecting everybody's privacy, but as I was moving closer to the premiere, you know, I heard from the gods. You know, I heard from the people I needed to hear from, and even people I didn't think I needed to hear from. You know, and I felt their support. You know, and the aforementioned was a part of that comment. You know what I mean? And so it's like that.
Damn, looking at Jonathan Majors talk about stuff like this, it makes me wonder. And I don't know if I'm speaking something into existence that wasn't there priorly, but Jay Electronica, the movie starring Jonathan Majors. I mean, Hove. Look, you can hit me up. Instagram, Twitter, all that. We could talk this out. Nah, but I think that's really dope. It seems like you would be among you know, the right company, you know, in Jay and The Rock and things like that.
Yeah, they're cool. With James Samuel, brother. Yeah, he is our Bullets. He's our director. He's our director. I'll probably, when we finish up with this, I'll probably grab my guitar and walk my dogs up to his place and
that's what's up.
You know,
ask him if he found his backpack.
Oh shit, he's gonna love that. He's gonna love it to say that, bro. Oh man. Oh, I can't wait to tell him.
That's funny. No, yeah, you got the right one. Frasier's like one of the best, biggest Jay-Z fans that I know. For real. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, talking about a Western, what's that life like? You're tackling Jim Crow and horror, and now like the flip side is the Wild West. What's that transition been like for you as an actor?
Well, it's been great, because the territory of so I play a fellow named Nat Love,
mm-hmm.
and Nat Love is very different from Atticus. No spoilers here because it's in the log line, But Nat Love, his parents were killed when he was 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
When you meet Nat again, he's 30.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to change the script a little bit because I turned 31 in 2 weeks. So
right. Happy early birthday! Happy early birthday!
Peace. He's 31 and he's on his vendetta.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The kind of the way I see it is he's trying to make good and make things even.
Mm-hmm.
He feels that in his life, he was put at such a deficit. And in this case, the person that took from him was not some raging racist. You know what I'm saying? All stories are different. Like Lovecraft is kind of man versus. It depends on how you look at it, but you can look at it in 2 of the 4 ways. You can look at it man versus society,
mm-hmm.
right? Which is if you looked at the family of the Freedmans, and that includes the Lewises and Baptistes and even the Braithwaites, it'd be us against society.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing it as man versus self. Alec is kind of going up against himself. But that's my business. But Nat Love is man versus man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. Man versus man, and then again because of the archetype he plays of the hero. The hero is always self versus self. That's
right.
That's the journey.
Yeah.
But the exterior, the plot I feel like I'm in school. The plot that's moving things forward, which I don't mind. I talk this shit all day.
Yeah.
Forward, you'll say the plot moving things forward is man versus man, and in that case, it's Nat Love, which I play, versus Rufus Buck, played by Idris Elba, and that's all good to say because everybody knows that. Yeah. So it's on, and it's high octane. It's full on high octane. We're galloping, we're shooting, we're running, and we call it the New West on set.
Mm-hmm.
It's the New West. It's the frontier that no one's seen before, and yeah.
Did you go back to watch films like Posse and some of the other Black Western films to see at least what was done, so you know what you wouldn't need to look into when you were trying to create this New West that you were doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I also, it's all about I won't say it's all about, but the subversion of it. You know what I'm saying? John Wayne, Sundance Kid, Butch Cassidy. You know what I'm saying? Like those guys. You look at those what those fellas did. Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
You look at what they did. And okay, cool. That exists now. What is it like for us?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not in reaction, but in conversation to that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And so in putting that together, it's like this is the New West. You know what I'm saying? And also, they live in towns where it's just Black folks. You know what I'm saying? So we got a whole way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually more Geechee and African. You know what I'm saying? More tribal. You know what I'm saying? When we're on those horses, like we're riding with a different. I'm literally riding my horse differently because there is no Western way of riding a horse.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we know how to ride horses because we know how to ride horses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we rode horses in Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like to a degree. You know what I mean? And so yeah, just expanding the genre. You know what I'm saying? Expanding the culture. You know what I'm saying? Very much like Brother Peele. Get Out. It completely blew up the horror genre. You know what I'm saying? So what we're attempting to do here in The Harder They Fall is completely put boot and spur up that genre's ass and expand it. You know what I'm saying? Expand it artfully, culturally, thematically, tell this very ancient story.
If you're a fan of HBO's Lovecraft Country and want to hear more from our conversation with Jonathan Majors, head over to the Watch List podcast via Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, or wherever you get your podcasts to check out our full interview with Jonathan Majors. It's actually one of 3 episodes regarding Lovecraft Country that we have on the Watch List podcast. So again, if you're a fan, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, or wherever you get your podcasts. Peace.